the Black Wall Street Project. And today I'm honored to bring, gentlemen, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Mr. Jamal Lockhart. Jamal, hey, my brother, take care, Stan, thank you. Uh, uh, Jamal is in so many spaces, it's incredible. But some of the things he's done hasn't been because he was gifted anything. No one put a silver spoon in his mouth. No one basically said, hey, here's a trust fund. He went out and he had to figure some things out. And as he grew, so that his financial IQ. And so as Jamal and I have spoken about, the passion I have in my spirit is to introduce some of this wisdom to that 18 to 33-year-old age group so they don't have to start from scratch to figure it all out. So with that said and with that done, Jamal, can you speak some life into to our audience today?
First of all, I'm proud to be here. I'm Jamal Lockhart, founder of Magnus Primate Holdings. Earl remembers me as the Gorilla CEO from Gorillapreneur Strategic Real Estate Investment. I'm still the Gorilla CEO. But we got 3 companies under our belt and other LLCs under our belt, which is Magnus Primate Holdings, which is our real estate venues. We also have GWO Comics, which is our comic company. We make our own comics from AI. We got full marketing. We do a lot of things there. And as well as Gorilla Beats. That's our last company, which has just been LLC'd up now. So Gorilla Beats, we do our own music. And a lot of the things I got into, fellas, I got into because I wanted to create my own stuff. I wanted to make my own vibe and make my own lane. I'm not sure if anybody's a content creator in here. When you're a content creator, you have to play by certain rules or it affects your page and affects your monetization. So one thing my problem was, and Earl knows this as well, we both like music and dance and stuff, but when you take people's content, you get strikes for it, you get copyright strike. So Gorilla Beats came from me wanting to make my own music. So I didn't have to, and I love my era, I love hip hop, I love you guys' era as well, certain things about it. So I wanted to make my own music for my own content. So that's where Gorilla Beats came from. I was a comic head, so I love comics. And I can draw, but AI draws much faster. You know what I'm saying? So I learned how to prompt and I made Gorilla Wealth Order comics. The Gorilla Wealth Order began when me and Earl first met. And the Gorilla Wealth Order was basically a consortium of brothers that thought the same, and sisters as well, that thought the same and wanted to do our own thing. And that's how the Gorilla Wealth Order came to be. So I took the Gorilla Wealth Order and made it GWO Comics, and we do comic hacks and marketing, our own books, our own storylines. And of course, Magnus Primate Holdings is where I started, was real estate. But the reason I call it Magnus Primate Holdings is as I evolved, you have to have a name that the banks like. You have to have a name that lenders want to give money to. So Magnus Primate Holdings, having a Latin word in your name, letting people know what you're doing. It's a holding company where we hold and exchange real estate. So as I evolve, my knowledge evolved. But basically, and Earl know this about me, I do the stuff that I want to do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I'm blessed a lot of the time that it does. But I do the things that if it's Mark, I made my own Star Wars. I've done Avengers. I've done some cool stuff in marketing. And the thing that I knew that I was hitting is when I saw other folks that were larger than me copying what I was doing. So that goes a long way. Been on social media for a while. So I'm looking forward to talking to you guys. And any questions you got for me, you can ask. I'm at your service. And let's get it in. Man. And I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you. So there's a lot of wisdom on the line right now. I'm gonna actually, kind of curate this a little bit, and kind of help the folks who are online kind of get started. So, Brother Austin, man, come off of mute and ask 1 or 2 questions that's relevant for you, kind of moving and transitioning out of the 9-to-5 and monetizing that side hustle you're thinking about.
So for me personally, I would say what would be something that I should focus on for myself to escape the rat race and having to work a 9-to-5 in terms of a skill set that I could take a skill set. Yeah.
Well, you're escaping the 9-to-5. What skill set? Okay. First of all, what do you like to do? What are you good at? First thing, what are you good at?
Well, I mean, I'm good at. I mean, I play basketball. I'm pretty good at that. Um,
Okay, do you
I'm a
see
good.
yourself going pro? You see yourself going pro playing basketball?
Yeah, that's the goal. I do.
Okay, so if you see yourself going pro playing basketball, that's a skill set that you have to develop. You know that already. You got to practice every day. You got to practice hard. You know that. But remember that only 2% make it to the league. You know what I'm saying? Two
hmm
percent of people make the league. Excuse me, I got my phone going already. Excuse me. 2% of people make the league. So that's very, very low percentage. I'm pretty sure you know that already. So
hmm
understand your skill sets beyond basketball. What do you do well beyond basketball? What do you like? Do you have any other hobbies that you can develop? Or I don't want to say hobbies, but let's say things that you like outside of basketball that you can monetize on, right? Um, I'll give you one. I'll give you one. You can go to you. Are you online? You use AI at all? Use anything artificial? Use ChatGPT or use anything like that?
A little bit.
Okay, that's what I want you to do. Go to ChatGPT, and I want you to write down the things that you do well. Every skill that you have, whether if it's singing or artwork or whatever it may be, write the skills down that you have, and you ask ChatGPT. You say, as my mentor, as my as my mentor, these are my skills, and I want to be able to monetize off these skills to get out the rat race, and it'll give you a listing of what you do best, and then you can put in what you do worse. So the thing is, when you want to escape the rat race, find the way you're going to replace the rat race. You know, you're going if you just can't. And I did that, and I suffered for it. You just can't walk off. Have a plan when you want to walk away, and sometimes God makes you walk off. You know, sometimes my creator say, "Hey, man, you had enough of this. Let's do something else." But you have to assess your skills first. Know what you do well. You know what I'm saying? Know what you don't do well, and that way you can cultivate your own criteria, so to speak. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna go for. But this is the thing: the thing that you may be passionate about the most may not pay you any money. You understand what I'm saying? The thing that you may in basketball, that's tough. You got to train. I'm not sure if you went to school, but you know, getting in the pros is tough. Going overseas playing ball, so you have to have a plan. I got a cousin. My cousin is Gabe Book Johnson. He played for Central Arkansas. He played for the Buffalo Central Arkansas. Great ball player. He about to go to Spain, but his main goal after basketball, he wants to open a training facility in basketball for kids like him when he was coming up. You know what I'm saying? So he has another. He's not waiting for basketball to be something he falls back on. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't. If you're great, be great. But always understand, have a skill that you can cultivate, that you can really monetize on. If the skill doesn't work out, or basketball, I'm not wishing no bad luck on you. But if basketball don't work out, you got to find something that's going to take care of you, that you enjoy doing, that you can monetize and make money off of. So assess every skill you have. Assess every skill you have and ask that. And it's simple. Ask ChatGPT, with these skills, these are the things that I do well. How can I monetize on? That's how
Okay.
you get out the rat race. You got another
Excellent
one?
question, Austin.
You said, did he answer it?
Excellent question.
Oh,
You have a follow-up.
yeah.
You have
Yeah,
a
he did.
follow-up question.
Um, I mean, not necessarily. I just took notes to everything, and I'm gonna do exactly what he said, and then I'm gonna go from there.
No problem, Marshall. I wish you the best. And Earl can give you my contact information. I'll leave it at the end of the show. Anytime you want to reach out, I'm more than glad to help you, brother. I'm right here.
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate it.
No problem. I appreciate you as
Actually,
All
well,
right.
young man.
actually, I do have a question.
Come on,
So
man.
you
Come on.
said,
You got it. So come on with it, bro. Come
so
on
you
with it,
said
man.
that you said your cousin's going to play basketball in Spain, right?
Yeah, this year.
Does he have an agent that you're aware of?
Well, no, I believe he does, but okay. Let me tell you a bit about my cousin Gabe without just taking too long. My cousin Gabe was an AAU prodigy that played in New Jersey for a long time, right? He got Kyrie Irving in his phone. You know what I'm saying? He had the chance to go train in Coach K's gym. My cousin, he really do this. He ball. I would say his mom is his agent. You know what I'm saying? Not in a legal capacity, but handling everything he got to do. The coaches call his mom. Hey, Miss Dickens, is everything okay? And Boog is a special kid. My cousin is a special kid. He trained hard since he was 8. You know what I'm saying? And I think in sports, and I'm not sure your journey, but I think when the pros and the colleges see you, they see something special in you. Sometimes brothers don't get that, and they got to show them what they made of. You know, my cousin get showing people what he was made of at 8 years old. You know, from AAU junior to AAU senior, then right on to college to high school. It's always been great. But no, so far as an agent, no, his mom handles everything, as far as I know. But matter of fact, I'll ask and I'll have I'll answer for you next time we speak. But so
Okay,
far as
that
I
sounds
know,
good.
no, no. Miss Keisha Dickens, his mom is his age. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Yeah.
okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Jamal, I'm gonna circle back to Austin in a moment. But if you could, because I have two of my mentors, Sister Carlene Wade is online, and Brother Wade is in person. And
Right.
a lot of people, you know, in their I would say 40 and above, have not really embraced AI the way you have, and you use it very much as a partner to build your business. Could you speak a little bit about AI? Because the younger people kind of get it already, but for our older people, it's not something that's second nature at all.
Um, you know, for me, Earl, I was dabbling with it when we first met. So I was dabbling with it since 2019. You know what I'm saying? Before it was called
Okay.
AI. Maybe the big guys was calling it. We wasn't calling it that. We was calling it refaced and the things that we was doing in the before it turned 2020. But for me, AI is just a tool. It's a tool like any other tool. And okay, you know how you get that drill. Then the next year they got a drill that does this. The next year they got a drill that does that. It's still the same drill that just advances. So we had the internet,
Mhm.
you know, cell phone. Now we got AI. So to me, how this works is, um, I know what to use it for. I know what to use it for. I'm not saying I'm the best or the worst. I'm pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty good. But for me, it was just like another tool. So what I think when you get our age, and I'm 56, you know, when you get our age, well, nah, that's not my thing. Some things you have to learn to make your thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like I just gave the brother ChatGPT thing. It okay. Besides, people have certain ramifications with it so far as sometime in religion, sometime in morals, they think it's wrong. I use it as a tool. So my thing is whatever they doing, I'ma do. Whatever weapons they have, I'ma have, and it helps me so much. But we not say older people should do it because it streamlines your life. Let's say you're a very busy person, right? And you want a day schedule. ChatGPT, make me a day schedule so I can maximize my time. You know what I'm saying? Build me a workout plan. I'm a little heavy in the stomach. I want a workout plan. Give me the best exercise. It's information at your fingertips. At your fingertips. And we ain't talking, we got to scan through or scroll through Google and look through 2, 3 minutes. We talking seconds. Seconds. So for me, it was like it was the biggest gun in the cabinet, as my dad would say. It was the biggest gun in the cabinet. So I went and got the big gun. But what I started doing was, okay, let's take with Gorilla Beats. And I'll give you the source. Gorilla Beats was made on an app called Suno. It's called Suno AI. Now Suno, it makes music. It makes music, and you want hip hop, you want jazz, rock and roll, whatever you want, right? But the key in AI is prompting. If you don't know how to prompt, you won't get the results you want, or you'll get results that are very minimal. I learned how to prompt. So let's say I just did a beat called Mind Sway. I was thinking about Gangstar. Gangstar got a lyric that says my mind sways. So I took that mind sway and I made a beat. But what I did was being golden era hip hop, I wanted boom bap. I wanted a boom bap sound, right? 90s feel, 79 beats per second, things like that. So I knew music from being a DJ. So I knew how music is supposed to sound. I wanted the horns in there with a piano flair in between each 16 bar. So I knew how to prompt it because I knew what to say musically. You know, where somebody would just say, hey, make me a boom bap beat. I didn't do that. I prompted it correct. So knowing how to prompt is one thing. I'll give you with GWO Comics. GWO Comics came from me going to art school and learning how to draw comics. You know, I went to Arts High. They had classes every weekend that my mother put me in when I was a kid. So I knew how to shade. I knew how to do the circles and triangles where you made the muscles form on the body, right? I knew the artists. I knew Jack Kirby. I knew Bill Lee, right? So I knew when I went to GWO Comics, I knew prompting. I knew what to say. I knew how to make it work for me with GWO Comics. Now it's another thing. You ever do an AI image and you got two hands or you got two arms or something? I didn't know there's a term called negative prompting. Now, negative prompt is when you tell AI, I don't want this. I don't want 6 fingers. I don't want 2 arms. I'll say, hey, all appendage is normal. You know, have the body have real human characteristics. So I knew how to positive prompt and I knew how to negative prompt. Then when I wanted to do stuff like Jack Kirby, give me give me a superhero, black and gold costume, muscular black male, Jack Kirby style, realistic photorealism. You know, so I knew certain terms with AI that I knew what I was talking about. So the better you prompt, the better your results. So for me, besides the easiest thing, you saw my stuff earlier. I was refacing myself as Ric Flair. I was doing all that kind of crazy stuff in the early days. But when it became GTPs, when it became general information for AI, it changed. You had to learn how to use it. But it's like it's a tool. It can literally change your business. Like I said, I got something for the boys at the end. It's going to be amazing. I want them to really get down on it. But for us old guys, you ain't got to start with everything. Get ChatGPT 4.0, pay a little change on it. Start out with it, ask it some questions. If you have a business, you may need a personal assistant. Hey, give me my full schedule today of all the meetings that I have. Whatever information you put into a GTP and you tell it what to do, it will streamline that information. And we ain't talking minutes, we talking seconds. So for me, it was a no-brainer, Earl. Me and AI was a no-brainer.
Okay,
You know?
here's what we're gonna do. Sister Wade, if you could come off of mute, if you could share a little bit about your business. Jamal, what I would love for you to do, once you hear about her business, give her some ideas of how she could use AI to enhance her business. Sister
Sure.
Wade, you
What's your
there?
business?
Yep. Sister Wade, can you come off of mute?
Thank you, loud brother Earl. I have sinus infection. I cannot talk.
Oh, okay, I'm so sorry.
That's why I'm at home.
Sure, you can put it in the captions. You put your question in the captions. Put it right in the captions. Type it in if you can.
Y'all just want me to work. I have a jewelry business. That's what I do. I make jewelry. Okay.
Okay.
So you can tell me how AI can help me with that.
Okay. I'm not sure how you do. Okay? Question: do you buy your own stuff like the stones and the mountains? You buy all that stuff. You buy all that stuff, right?
I do custom jewelry. I do more stringing than the
Okay.
wire, and I
Okay.
buy all my own supplies.
Okay.
And
You buy all your own supplies. Okay. First, let's save you some money. Let's save you some money. The first thing I would do is I would say, give me your jewelry suppliers under the price you pay per month. I would say, give me all jewelry suppliers in my area that can beat this price that I pay per month for my supply. It'll give you listings of who does what. Next, if you want to change the design, you can do design with ChatGPT as well. ChatGPT 4, you can do designs. If you want to make new designs without having to think them up yourself, hey, give me 10 designs on a new bracelet or a new necklace or a new ring. And it'll give you different designs so far as the stones you could use and things like that. It can give you, I'm not sure if you put content up or you market your stuff, but it can tell you how to market. If you are on social media, you can have a content schedule where it'll give you an idea for a video every week, you know what I'm saying, or every day. It will give you ideas of how you market. So the thing that you try to do for yourself, ma'am, AI can help you do. You know, it can help you design. It can help you plan content. It can find suppliers for you. It can give you a pattern of who you want to put the jewelry in front of. You can ask it, well, who would be my ideal jewelry customer? I'm this age and this age. Who is the customer I'm looking to market my stuff to? And it'll do that for you. So it's a lot of things that AI has no boundaries right now. So I think in your business is perfect because you're in a sales business and everything in the sales. So if you can get it, and I just tell everybody, download ChatGPT 4, start with there, and then just bounce some questions off it. Ask it things like, how can I increase my profit margins? And it'll help. But the information that you put in about your business, it will spit right back out to you, and you can have a blueprint that will make you a lot of money.
Okay, I'll go ask. You're saying I'm sorry, I can't talk. Chat BT4. Honey, take notes.
ChatGPT 4.0. And it's not that, but use the free version. They got a free version, but like after a certain amount of if you want to make images, I think you can make 4 for free. After 4, you have to wait a couple of hours before you can use it again. So I'm the king of free. So use it for free. If you like it, level up, and then you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, ChatGPT 4, load that up, start asking it some questions. If you want to personalize it, you can name it. You can say, hey, I want you to be Shirley. Hey, Shirley, you know, you like you say Alexis, you can pretty much you can make it your assistant. And I think that's a cool thing for small business people that we start out and it's so hard for us to find help, but ChatGPT can be that help on information that can take you a long way. And any information, Earl can give you my information. You need help, just call me. I'll send you a blueprint for nothing.
Oh, thank you. I have another question. I text my grandson. He started a lawn he started a lawn care service. And I was looking for him to come on, but my husband's sitting there, Ryan, can you help him out with Carol's business?
Yeah, on his lawn care business, of course. It's the same as your stuff. Maybe, does he have equipment? He got a lawnmower, all that type of stuff. You may need discounts on equipment. So you can ask ChatGPT, where can I get affordable equipment or used equipment for this business so I can start a business? You see, the same thing, it doesn't matter what the business is with AI. Or as long as you tell it exactly what you want to do. Okay, I'll give you a good one for lawn care, but I'll give you a good one. I gave it to a good friend of mine about a month ago. Give me the area in my town in a 50-mile radius of all possible prospects for lawn care. In my town, it can do that. So it gave me all the areas that this person needed to do, and they were in North Carolina. It gave him all the areas that he can do lawn. And my brother Rod just is a lawnmower, an edger, and whatever they do, small. He's small time, but he makes money every day. He makes money.
Yeah, okay.
And like I said, one thing lawn care will always be needed. It can teach you how to level up. When your family members start getting money and they really making money, well, how do we level the business? How do we scale it up? So AI is a great way to scale a business. It's a great way to take a business that's small and make it bigger. It gives you a larger presence. Hey, I need flyers to be made up. ChatGPT can make a flyer. You take it to Kinko's or FedEx, whatever, you run your flyers off and you put them in mailbox about your services. You know what I'm saying? So what it can do, the things, and something is a lot of this stuff before AI wasn't hard to do. But sometimes we get lazy. We don't want to go out there and take the effort. But if you want to do it, you'll do it. But AI can help you do things that before you were thought too tedious. And you can say, okay, well, hey, ChatGPT, make me a flyer. I got to put some stuff up. I got a lot of lawns to cut this month. I need a flyer for 6 blocks. Give me 100. You get the copy. You take it there. It's all printed up how you want it. You can print it out. So now you don't got to pay a designer. You don't got to pay nobody to make that for you. You can make that for yourself. Yeah, you don't got to pay nobody, except when you're making the flyers, but that's a lot less if you had to pay a designer, a person to make the flyer, a person to mock it up. You ain't got to do none of that. You can do it all yourself. You can make your own logo. I made all my logos through AI. Whatever logo that may be for your business. That if you pay somebody, a logo maker, you pay. You have to pay a guy to make your logo. Not anymore. You can do it yourself.
Yeah, I did look into that, and I was looking at the prices.
Yeah.
As my business has been picking up, so.
If you gonna pay somebody, pay me. If you gonna pay somebody, pay me.
Okay.
I'm cheaper and I'll do it one time. But no, I'd rather see you do it yourself. I'd rather see you sit down. Okay, I'll give you the type of logos. The first logo will be your name, whatever your name is, Carlene Wade. Sometimes it's cool to more touch on that. That's called the signature logo. Another one is called a minimalist logo. A minimalist logo is something very simple. Like mine, the gorilla, I have a minimalist and I have a maximum. So I have different levels of logos that I have depending on what I got. A logo for, I got a logo for the company. GWO got a logo. Magnus Prime Holdings got a logo. So they all have their own logos. They all have their own logos. Did I lose anybody? We still here?
Hey, wait a minute.
Okay, we good. We good.
I'm trying to show her all. I'm trying to show her all of the things that ChatGPT has created for me.
Yeah, go ahead, do your thing, man. But it's I know, and Earl got a lot. Earl has a lot. I know he does. But it can make things so much easier for you, so far as just speed, price, affordability. Now you can take There's what I'm saying, Miss Carly. I'll give you this one thing. There's no excuses anymore. There's no excuses anymore. Well, people, I can't do this. If you say that you won't, because now you got something that can do everything that you would have to pay somebody for. So, I hope that helped.
It did. I got cut off. My daughter FaceTime me while we were talking. Okay, but I'll get.
Yeah, but like I said, I can give you my information. If you want to reach out to me, and I'll help you any way I can.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the info.
No problem. You have a blessed day.
Yeah, you too.
All right, hang on. This Wi-Fi is killing me down here. This is we got to do better.
All right, you at the church, right? You're not home, right? You at the church, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the church. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, Sister Alicia. All right, share with my brother, what's in the crock pot of your soul that might be something that you can monetize in terms of a business?
That's the thing. I don't feel like I have necessarily a skill. I don't know. So I don't know. I just came to kind of learn and to just kind of hear what information you were given, but I don't necessarily feel like I have like a skill that I feel like can be monetized. Like I don't do hair. I'm not really a cook. You know, I don't do the makeup. I don't know.
Okay,
What advice would you give her,
talk?
Jamal?
I see you talking. Can you talk? So, right. So talking is a skill. See, that's what I'm saying. People think they don't have any type of skill sometimes because it's not what somebody else does. If you, okay, let's say you know, all right, let's say you know the best way to, I'm trying to think of a good one. Let's just say it's the best way to maybe motivate people. You're a good talker. You can get people pumped up. That's a skill. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes a skill that you may think is not monetizable, every skill is monetizable. I'll give you a perfect example. Okay, Gary V. Gary Vaynerchuk's a big time speaker, a big AI guy, a lot of stuff, right? So he started really his first business was going to flea markets, right? Going to flea markets and garage sales, buying up little this and buying up little that, right? And then he made an amazing discovery that people like coffee mugs, right? Who knew that coffee mugs was really a niche? But he would go buy all these coffee mugs from different flea markets and different garage sales, right? Then he did some research on what coffee mugs really cost. Was there a market for it? Now we think coffee mug, we think $2-3. There are people that pay $90 for a coffee mug, $60 for a coffee mug, $5, $10. But for something you pay 25 cents on, that's a pretty good return, right? So there are businesses that we don't even see right under our noses. But what I would say is never think that you don't have a skill because you don't do this or you don't do that. Just find what you do well and see how you can monetize it, whatever that skill may be. And you can ask ChatGPT, you can ask Grok, you can ask Copilot, you can ask DeepSeek. There's so many ways that you can ask AI for information that will tailor something that fits you. It ain't got to fit everybody else, as long as it fits you. You know, if that's talking, if that's, you may want to start something for at-risk girls. You know, you may want, whatever it may be. If you put the idea in and you speak to it correctly, you're going to get some type of nugget that comes out of it that you can use, no matter what it is. And I truly believe that.
Thank you. Any follow-up questions to that?
And you too. If you need me, Earl got my information. If you need any help, come on through. I'll let you point. I'll help anybody.
Right now, we're talking about ChatGPT.
GBT.
All right, I'll tell you all about it. Brother Wade, you got the final question before I share some stuff. Brother Wendell joined? Okay, great.
I don't really have a question per se. I'm retired, and however, at this juncture, I am thinking about some stuff. The wife says I'm interested in relocating, and the wife says we need to get rid of some stuff. Now, I've been collecting Hess trucks for a long time, and I'm considering putting them out there for sale. I'm understanding from your presentation that maybe AI can help me build a small business around those Hess trucks and selling them off. Any tips for that?
Okay, Earl, you got your GTP. Can you put GTP up in your hand right now? You got your phone?
I got it open right now.
Okay, go GPT right now.
Okay.
Let's solve the relocation problem first. Let's say we're relocating. Where would be the best area for seniors and my wife of my age to be going? Did he? What you call them? Hose trucks? You call them hose trucks, right? Hose truck. That's what you said, sir?
Hess trucks.
Okay.
Ford trucks.
Put that in, Earl. Give him a plan for those trucks. What would be the best approach? Who would be a perfect market to sell those trucks to? Give me a 30-day plan, right? So what I'm saying is never look at your situation in life as something where you can or can't use AI, because you can use AI for everything. It ain't got no age on it. It ain't got no age on it, man. Because with me, I've always been a tech guy, you know, from coming up young to coming up now. But it's like I tell everybody, it's it's a change of your thought process with AI. You know, okay, this may not be human. I'm not talking to a person at a desk, or I'm not talking to a couple of servers on the phone. But what you are doing is you're going to speak to a person, right, or to a literal person emulator. That's what I call it. AI is just a person emulator. Remember, the more information it takes from us, the smarter it gets. If we don't feed it information to make it work, it won't move anywhere. That's why everybody's so worried about the term called self-aware, like a Terminator. That's besides the point. But what I'm saying is, for you, I would just throw a question. So Earl, if you can feed them questions, Earl, and then give the feedback, and you tell me what it says.
All right, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna do this real time. We're gonna do this real time. So let me turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna ask the question. What's the question?
I guess the question is, what's the market like? Is there a market in Monroe County where I can sell pest collectible toy trucks?
Question is,
Hit
there
it.
a market in one county for selling collectible toy trucks? This will help gauge interest and potential buyers in the area. Want me to look into market trends or platforms where you could list them?
Yes.
Yes, there's a market for collectible toy trucks in Monroe County. There are collectible stores in East Stroudsburg like Very Best Friends and Shades of the Past. Plus, platforms like Facebook Marketplace have local listings for similar items, so you could leverage those to reach buyers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See?
If you need more help or want to explore other avenues for selling those trucks, just
See?
let me know.
Comprehensive plan, it gave you the who, what, when, and the where. It doesn't get any easier than that. See what I'm talking about, my friend?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So Jamal, I had a closing question, and I'm gonna hang on to it because we have another brother that just joined. He's actually going to be our guest speaker for our next month's session. So, Brother Wendell Gray, if you could come off of mute real quick.
See in the
Brother
building?
Gray, let me see. We joined us.
I don't see him here, Earl.
Okay. I don't see him in there. Maybe he fell off. So let me just end with this question right here, because I think this is a perfect question, and I think you're the right person to have this conversation. As I have
Okay.
this conversation being streamed over a lot of platforms. Why, based on the current administration that's in the office, why is it important, even though we may not agree with his ideology or his agenda, why is it important for the next 4 years for everybody to have some sort of business?
Okay, it's simple enough. When you see our elimination, and they're trying to systematically eliminate us politically, we already know, but I won't go deep in this. It's important to have things. They're trying to take Social Security. They're trying to take programs that are for us. So, to me, it's a no-brainer. We got to protect ourselves. It's good that Black Wall Street lives again in you guys and you gals. It's good to see that Black Wall Street lives and thrives in guys like Earl and guys like myself and guys like Austin and lady like Miss Carlene. You know, Brother Wendell over there. It's good to see the spirit of business lives in us because they've been trying to tap out for a long time. They've been trying to make us tap out on business for a long time. But now, and Earl knows this as well. I'm not sure if you guys do, but me and Earl know this. We are in the greatest transition of wealth since the Great Depression. And this gentleman in office is trying to start another one, right? So you're going to see this big fall, but there will also be so many great opportunities, but they're not where you are looking. AI is a great opportunity. Coding, Python, small businesses, self-help. Remember, and I try to tell people, and y'all know this as people of faith, when you in service, you're rewarded, right? When you're in service to Creator, you're rewarded for your service, right? The people that are in service so far as businesses will be the next millionaires and billionaires of this time. That's just what it is. I'm in real estate. Earl's in Airbnb real estate. That's a service business. We are serving other people. We may get paid for it, but we serve other people. So what I'm saying, in this time of the greatest transition of wealth since the Great Depression, you better get something going. Ain't nobody coming to save us. And I'm looking at bigger businesses. Big shout out to my brother Blockchain Bloods on doing things on the blockchain. We're having businesses on the blockchain. Where I can have a real estate business that's powered by Ethereum on the blockchain. My brother Michael Evans, that's putting a real estate on the blockchain as well, where you can do Section 8s through blockchain technology. So this is what I'm saying. Web3, y'all got to get ready for Web3. Web3 gonna be a whole new frontier. But I think when people think frontier, they think us riding the wagons and shooting. It's not that. There's new frontiers in technology that I don't care how old you are, or young you are, we can take advantage of the opportunity. So, in closing, man, ain't nobody coming to save us. Ain't nobody coming to save us.
No.
Nobody, but the creator above.
So good. So good. All right. Jamal, I appreciate, man, from the bottom of my spirit, you taking time out of your schedule just to share some of your insights and some of your passions. And this is a very humble brother. He hasn't really scratched the surface of what he's doing. That's for another time, another place. But I got to tell you, he has been a major inspiration for me because it's like so often people think success is a straight line, but truthfully, it isn't. You might go over here, figure out that was not where you're supposed to be, and you come back over here. But if you just keep moving, God will make room for whatever your talent is. So, Jamal, thank you very much. And we're going to move to our next segment of this workshop. All right. So thanks a lot, Jamal. Let me see what we are with this Wi-Fi.